And with that, we bring in digital sports columnist on local12.com/sports, Richard Skinner. Skinny, let's talk a little Reds baseball. Sure. It was all flying so high, and then today you run into Shane Bieber.
Yeah, and I mean, listen, anymore I think in this game, I just don't know how teams go on lengthy winning streaks unless your name is not the Los Angeles Dodgers. I don't, because there's so many good arms out there anymore to stop anybody's winning streak, or in the case of Cleveland, it wasn't a long losing streak, lost the first two of the series, to stop that. The Reds have those guys. They have Sonny Gray. They have Luis Castillo. Last year they had Trevor. They had three guys that could stop a losing streak at any time. They ran into a buzzsaw today. And listen, you won another series. Just keep stacking series wins, and things are going to be great by the end of the year. Nice job to bounce back from the West Coast.
I think it is so easy, or so early in the season, rather, and it's easy to let your expectations just completely balloon because the Reds are playing well. They got a little cockiness to them. They're a fun team to watch right now. Is it safe to believe in this Reds team?
I think it is. Listen, I think Luis Castillo is going to pitch more consistently better. He got off to that rocky start last year. I didn't think he was going to get off to it again, but it's been an inconsistent start for him. I love the potential makeup of the bullpen and kind of what things about TJ Antone. To me, I know everybody talks about putting him in the rotation. I think he's well suited to be a guy that if you get at least 2 outings a week out of him to nail down games in lengthy settings, you got Lucas Sims at the back end. I think Amir Garrett will pitch to the back of his ball card, all those things. I do think they're going to score runs. It's still kind of hit or miss at times, but you can also point to some of the pitching matchups, all those things. I think this is continue to stay healthy. This is not wood, but I'm going to knock on something. I do think this club is more than good enough to win this division. Probably not win the National League. I just think the two teams out west are so far-fetched better than anybody when they're healthy. They're just ridiculous. But listen, get in, you got a fighting chance in a short series.
The great thing about baseball, you got an out, you got a chance. It is such a small sample size right now, and they've only had one road trip so far.
Right.
But it was Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde on those road trips. They're unbeatable at Great American Ballpark, and the wheels fell off. Is that a reason for concern going forward?
The only thing I guess was a little disturbing was after you split the first two games of those two series out west in Arizona and San Francisco, is the third game in both you just completely laid an egg. Coincidence maybe because of what you said, sample size. Or is it just, hey, you know what, out of gas, just one of those days, whatever. Just the trend of those two games, because it looked like the offense just failed to show up in both. And if they'd have played 60 innings, I'm not sure they score runs in any of those last games, the rubber games of the series. That's a little tough. I would have wished I'd have felt much better if they would have at least won one of those to win a series out there. They're going to get another chance, and it's going to be a big chance when they go to L.A. and make that trip next week. But yeah, a mild cause. But listen, you go 50 and 31 at home and go 38 and whatever on the road below 500 just barely, you're an 88 win team. That's probably enough.
Biggest reason for optimism on this team so far, and biggest reason for concern in your mind?
I think the concern is, does Nick Castellanos regress? Does age show up for Joey Votto? Because we've seen him go really cold at points early on and starting to pick it up a little bit, but can that be consistent? And I would say, does the rotation hold up? As it stands right now, I like the rotation a lot, but I also need to see Luis Castillo pitch more consistently better. I need to see Wade Miley hold up for probably more than 23, 24, 20, well, at this stage, 3 starts, but, he's coming off of an injury season. I think Tyler Malley's established as a back end of the range guy. That's fine. Sonny Gray is Sonny Gray. The only thing that would concern me is can some of those guys continue to do what they're doing or go back to what they should be, which is Luis Castillo. Other than that, I just don't, and I think that's the thing. I think you got enough mix and match parts to where if a guy's hot, ride him. If a guy's not, get him out, ride somebody else. I think that's the part to me for David Bell moving forward is kind of massage your way through that, because I don't want to see a guy who's gone 4 straight days hitting the ball and take a day off. Keep riding those hot streaks. So, yeah, I'm not overly concerned. Listen, they're in a great spot.